YouTube, welcome back to Verbal One, and I'm your host, Big Verb, aka Scale_Nation on Twitter. I want to thank you guys. If this is your first time checking out the video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Please make sure you hit the notification bell because you don't want to miss none of the Florida sports updates that I bring to the channel. And if you're continuously checking out the videos, friends, families, subscribers, I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate y'all logging in, checking me out every time I come with updates. Most of y'all call me or text me anyway, so I just drop it right here so everybody can get it at one time. You already know. Today we're talking about the Miami Dolphins. I haven't really addressed the trades that the Dolphins made with the 49ers and also the trade that they made with the Philadelphia Eagles. Today we're going to talk about how that trade affects the way that the Dolphins are going to approach the draft, because I'm thinking that it wasn't premeditated, but I'm thinking that the trade with the Eagles was needed because of where they want to be as far as positioning themselves in the top 10. I personally feel there's only a certain amount of draft picks that the Dolphins are going to make. It's not going to be a large amount, guys. You don't have to worry about your close friend getting picked in the 7th round. It won't happen. I do think that the Dolphins made a lot of specific moves, and I think that these moves are going to be very calculated. I also want to talk about how the pro days might affect the way Brian Flores and Chris Grier see the way that the talent is coming out in the NFL draft. I think that they know exactly what they're looking for. I think that it's going to be a calculated step, and I do think it's something that's going to change this year that hadn't changed, that hadn't been done in a while, and I think it's going to change this year. I think you guys should stay tuned and make sure you keep it locked right here on Verbal Warning for all the updates. We're going to dive straight in. We're not going to hesitate. We're not going to cut it back and do no countdown or nothing like that. We're going to talk about exactly what this trade means when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. I mean, a lot of people giving the victory to this trade to the San Francisco 49ers because of all the picks that they already have. Moving up to the 3rd pick puts them in a position to do exactly what they want to do, gives them control. Being that the new head coach for the New York Jets is a former defensive coordinator for the 49ers, it kind of gives them an inside scoop on exactly what's going to happen with the pick 2. We already know what's going to be pick 1 is going to be Trevor Lawrence. The Jacksonville Jaguars are pretty much peed on that tree, so we know exactly what's going to happen with pick 1. So pick 2, the 49ers kind of feel like they have insight on what exactly their ex-defensive coordinator might do. So them taking that pick from the Miami Dolphins kind of gives them control of the wheel and what they might do. What they're going to do, we don't know. You know, as far as being a Miami Dolphin, who really cares what the 49ers do? I mean, if they keep Garoppolo, fine. I kind of personally think that they're going to trade Garoppolo back to Belichick. With all the moves Belichick's going to make, I think they're going to send him back eventually. They'll hold a ransom from New England and make Belichick reunite with his ex-boyfriend, Jimmy Garoppolo. But I do think that they're kind of throwing the Matt Jones bone out there. I don't think anything's going to happen with that. I think that's all smoke. I don't think Matt Jones is a top 10 talent. He did pretty well in that Alabama offense. He trusts and believes he is a talented young guy, but he's not a top 10 quarterback. You get what you get out of him, but you won't get it in the top 10. I don't think his value's there. I didn't feel that way about Sam Bradford either, you know, in the past history. Just to give you a history lesson on how I feel about quarterbacks, I didn't feel that way about Josh Rosen. I didn't feel that way about Josh Allen, but he's proven me wrong. But it's a lot of guys I don't think are top 10 talents. I do think that the top 10 is basically should be just guys that are just undoubtedly talented, undoubtedly the best player, talent-wise, when it comes to your list of players or your board, as they say, when it comes to the draft. The Dolphins falling to 12 and then making their move with the Philadelphia Eagles, I think was very strong to come back into 6th pick. I think that they signed so many free agents, and a lot of those free agents will be depth players, and there also will be a lot of players that are going to be competition guys. A lot of those guys won't be used. A lot of guys will be shot back to the practice squad that they draft previously, because I do think that Flores is going to take this 3rd year and go ahead and push forward to see what we can do with the players that we do have. I don't think he wants to go behind Tua when it comes to progress. I don't think he wants to go to guys that he has developed behind Tua. I think defensively, offensively, especially offensive line-wise, he don't want guys that still behind Tua, and Tua has to bring them along. Even though Tua is a very talented leader, what we have right now is what we have, and that's Tua. I don't think he wants to get guys out to bring them along and make them better if he drafts a running back, the running back has to have a particular style. It was not. He has to be a guy that knows exactly what he's looking for, and when he sees the hole, he's aggressive. He's not a guy that you have to wait and give him some time. He'll be better. No, they want a guy that's gonna come out the gate and really run with fire in his hat. So that's what they're looking for. Offensive lineman. They're looking for a guy that's gonna come in, play guard or tackle, play center, and that's a professional at that. All he has to work on is his communication with Tua, but his position itself, he should have that totally in his bag coming into a new professional job, which is the NFL, and playing whatever position that may be for the Miami Dolphins. Wide receiver is going to be a polished guy. It's going to be a guy who already has his lunch pail pack and his hard hat on, and he's coming to work. He's not a guy who's looking for the hard hat, looking for the lunch pail, looking for the equipment. He knows what he needs to do his job, and I think that's what Flores is looking for. He doesn't want anybody that Tua has to help develop, because I don't think that they want to be in that position going into, Flores' year 4 or year 5. They want to go into year 3 with Tua making his progress with the offseason and a training camp behind him. And I think they want to go into year 4 with everybody knowing what it's like to be a professional, and then going out and making the best of what they have as far as talent-wise. Now, trading back to pick 6, I'm personally feeling like trading into a pick 6 position, you're putting yourself in a position to get exactly the player that you want. You know those top 4, top 5 picks are going to be either Panacea and a bunch of quarterbacks, or it's going to be a bunch of quarterbacks. So you just don't want to be in that race because you don't need those particular players. I do think KylePitts and JamarChase do have a chance to be picked by the Cincinnati Bengals. We all know JamarChase was a part of Joe Burrow's historic college year. We all do know KylePitts is a transcending talent. Do I think he's a day one ball player that's going to totally give you Shannon Sharp numbers? Is he going to totally give you, out the gate? I don't think so. I think it's going to be time for you to work him in whatever package you're working him in. He won't be a guy that played in the package, whatever the package is. It might be plays that are similar, but the NFL game is different than the college game. We all know, onlookers, professionals, we all know that. I do think the Dolphins are in a position to either get JamarChase or Devontae Smith. I do not like Waddle. I don't like Waddle. I'm not making my mock draft on here yet. I'll be doing that later on this month in April. But I do not like Waddle at the top 6. I don't think he's a top 6 ball player. I do think he has an ability, just like a lot of guys that were picked. I do think they all had ability, punt returning, and making dynamic plays. But I do not think he's a transcending NFL wide receiver. And that's just my personal opinion. Flores has to make a decision. Does he want to get the guy that has made Tua, practically smile, or is he going to go out and get JamarChase, which is a guy who's going to be a true professional at the wide receiver position? It's all about what Flores wants to do. Either he want to please Tua, or does he want to go out and get his guy? So that's going to be like splitting hairs. So I do think that this trade kind of shifted the draft. I think it kind of made a big difference in what the Dolphins are going to do, because they did give up some more things to move back into the 6th spot. I'll put the details up, but I think that the Dolphins aren't going to pick any more than 4 players. 4 to 5 players. 5 players will probably be the max. The Dolphins aren't coming in this draft waiting for guys to fall for them. Not this year. This won't be the year where the Dolphins sit back and wait for guys like they did for Todd Gurley, like they did for Zach Martin. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Like they did for Reuben Foster, like they did for J.K. Dobbins this year or last draft. They did not wait. They're not going to wait for guys to fall to them this year. This year's going to be the year where they say, hey, that's my guy, I want him. This is the guy we want, we're going to get him. This is the guy we're going to get, because they're not going to keep falling down the board, like I say, and try to bring guys along to make better while they're getting to a progress. I think they want all the guys to progress together and be a better team. So I just think this will be the year that you see Grier not wait for the guy, but attack and go get the guy. And that's how we feel about it, guys. Keep me locked in here on Dolphins, Miami Heat, the Miami Hurricanes. And I'm bringing all the Florida sports right here on Verbal Warning. Thank you for locking in.